Welcome to Real Israel News. I'm Yaakov Langer, and this week in Israel, Hamas agreed to release the only living American hostage. A violin from the Holocaust finds its new home. Mr. Fafo has been banned on Instagram, and Trump's threat to Hamas after meeting the hostages. Let's dive in. All right, we're starting off today's show with some major breaking news. Hamas has just announced that they're ready to release 21-year-old American hostage Idan Alexander. This is huge, and here's why. Idan is believed to be the only American hostage still alive right now. At this point, we don't have details on the timing or the conditions of his release, but this could be a significant turning point. The fact that Hamas is willing to release him suggests that negotiations are making some progress, but of course, it's too soon to get our hopes up. For Idan's family, this news is a glimmer of hope in what has to be an absolutely unbearable situation. And for the rest of us, it's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there's still a chance of some good news. We'll be keeping a very close eye on the story, so stay tuned for updates. Okay, so let's move to some big U.S.-Israel news. U.S. President Donald Trump, never once to mince his words, has just issued a brutal ultimatum to Hamas. After meeting with several freed hostages at the White House, Trump made it clear Hamas needs to release all hostages immediately or face catastrophic consequences. In a fiery post on X, Trump said, "Release all of the hostages now, not later, and immediately return all of the dead bodies of all the people you murdered, or it is capitalized over for you." That's not just a threat. That's a declaration of what could come next. Trump didn't stop there. He warned the leadership in Gaza to leave while you still have a chance. He even addressed the people of Gaza directly, offering a stark choice. A beautiful future awaits, but not if you hold hostages. If you do, you are dead. Now, this isn't just about getting the hostages back. It's about sending a message to anyone else who might think about pulling something like this in the future. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the risk of escalation is massive. The big question now is, how will Hamas respond? If they call Trump's bluff, we could be looking at a full-scale military escalation. If they comply, it could open the door to negotiations and just maybe some sort of resolution. All right, so amidst all the heartbreak and tragedy, there's a story of hope that we really need right now. Two young widows who lost their husbands fighting against Hamas have announced their engagements. Shakad, who lost her husband, IDF reservist Dovi Kogan, and Mitar, whose husband Yedidya Eliyahu was killed in Gaza, have both found love again. Shakad is now engaged to Simi Lieberman, a father of four, while Mitar is set to marry Baruch Tzuri Nokad. They shared a powerful message quoting Isaiah, "Shake off the dust, arise." Both women emphasized that this was their path forward, but recognized that everyone must choose their own way through grief. These engagements are more than just personal milestones. They're symbols of resilience, of choosing life despite overwhelming loss. It's a reminder that even in the darkest times, life finds a way to move forward. Mazel tov to both couples. Truly, I'm Lchaim. Now let's dive into the heartbreaking news that's shaking Israel right now. This story is tragic on every level, and it's honestly hard to even talk about it without getting emotional. So, Vladislav Bongard, the father of Sofia Bongard, who was brutally murdered by Hamas on October 7th, has taken his own life. Sofia was just 21. Sofia went to the Supernova Music Festival to dance, to live, and to celebrate life, but that was stolen from her in the most horrific way possible. She was with her best friend, Liraz Nissan, when the attack started, and they managed to find shelter in what they thought would be a safe place, a roadside bomb shelter near Kibbutz Be'eri. But unfortunately, that place of safety turned into a death trap. Hamas terrorists threw grenades inside and they opened fire, killing everyone. But the grief didn't stop there. Just the overwhelming loss, the unbearable pain, it broke Vladislav. October 7th didn't just take Sofia's life, it claimed her father's too. This tragedy shines a spotlight on the unimaginable mental health toll on the families of those murdered by Hamas. These families are left to carry the scars that will never heal. May the memories of Vladislav and Sofia Bongard be a blessing. All right, so let's talk about Mr. Fafo. Yes, we're talking about Salah Al-Jafariwa, I don't know how to say his name, who just got booted off Instagram, and honestly, a lot of people are celebrating. This guy had 5.5 million followers and was known for pushing shameless propaganda during the Israel-Hamas conflict. His whole shtick was playing different characters, everything from a doctor to an airstrike victim, in videos designed to manipulate public sentiment. The internet quickly dubbed him Mr. Fafo, short for fool around and find out, after a video surfaced showing him cheering for Hamas airstrikes 1 minute and then crying about Israeli retaliation the next. Basically, he's been called out as Pollywood actor, a mix of Palestine and Hollywood, accused of faking scenes to drum up sympathy for Hamas and hatred against Israel. Instagram's decision to kick him off is a big deal, especially considering how quickly misinformation spreads on social media. His followers won't be getting their daily dose of fake news, at least not from him. But the damage might already have been done given how viral his videos went. The bottom line, Mr. Fafo definitely found out. We don't wish condolences to Dr. Fafo, injured civilian Fafo, grieving father Fafo, media Fafo, and all the other zany Fafo characters. Now, here's a beautiful story that hits deep. Agam Berger, a freed Gaza hostage, was gifted a 130-year-old violin that survived the Holocaust. And the story behind it is incredible. Tzachi Beck, who restored and preserved this violin, presented it to Agam as a symbol of survival and renewal. This instrument was originally built in the Czech Republic and once belonged to a Jewish musician who was killed in the Holocaust. Hearing Agam play it was honestly emotional beyond words. It was like the past and present coming together in this powerful, bittersweet moment. A reminder that even in the darkest times, life and beauty can find a way to survive. Agam's performance wasn't just music, it was a statement, one of resilience, memory, and the unbreakable spirit of the Jewish people. Lastly, Israel has shut off all electricity in Gaza. Upset, confused people online complained about this, but failed to realize that Hamas can make this all end if they return the 59 hostages back to Israel. It is that simple. All right, that's where we're going to wrap things up today. As always, let us know your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from you. Genuinely, we want to know if you agree or disagree with any of the news points that came out this week. Maybe we missed something. Thank you for watching Real Israel News, and be sure to subscribe so you can easily get the biggest updates in Israel.